Hello, this is Arturelia Film and Reviews. I'm Arturo, and today I'll be reviewing.
All right. Disney Pixar's Up.
Well, the film Up, another Disney film, Pixar film, that I saw the same year that it came out. And it's been since 2009 since I've seen it. I mean, I have a good memory, but what do I think of it even now? And giving you my personal review on the film Up. Well, that's why you're here. Today I'll be reviewing Up, a Pixar and Disney film. Is it good? Is it worth the watch? Or is it just a film that you may as well pass? Well, let's go. We follow Carl Fredrickson as a young boy who runs into a girl in her clubhouse. This first encounter will start a journey in the future, as what impacts Carl is her dream to move the clubhouse to Paradise Falls in South America. Years later, they get married, and by that point it just shows their life together until she gets a disease that kills her. This was the most emotional point in the film. Years later, his house is near a construction site, though he has a plan to move the house and go to Paradise Falls, like he promised his wife. Though while doing this, a kid accidentally gets caught up in it, and he joins him. And this is where the adventure starts. I don't remember much about the soundtrack, but it was okay. It had sad to action soundtracks. The animation looks, well, really good. I mean, Pixar does really great 3D animations. They usually do. I don't really remember anything wrong with the editing. I mean, this film looked good. Or great. Now, as for my enjoyment, I was pretty young when I saw this film, 2009, so I would have been like 13. I mean, I can say now, it was a good film, but even though Disney has some emotional stuff put into their films, even a happy, humorous film, this film was very emotional and sad. While it did have funny moments here and there, most of the emotional journey of life and how life goes on. I remember when I was watching this film in the theater with my mom and sis along with my grandmother. One woman in front of us was crying. My mom was crying too. Pretty sure my grandmother was. Don't know. Now, I was young at the time, so it didn't really hit me with emotion. But now, as an adult, I know how emotional it is. And I can say, even some of my favorite Disney films have emotion to them. And that's what they go for, emotion. But the thing with this film, it really had a sad tale to it. Now, the characters are interesting. You have this boy who just accidentally gets involved in this old man's dream of going to South America, and he wants to achieve the dream that his wife wanted to do, and the only way to do so is have all these balloons fly up and travel all the way to South America. But obviously these characters are very interesting, and you will get attached to these characters and what they're going through, and even the dog, a man's best friend, his humorous moments because he's a dog. And I mean, in all honesty, it's not a bad film though. It is a good film, but it's not something I'm going to come back to rewatch a second time. And it's just that, Disney, while they have their emotional moments in other films, this one just leaned a lot towards just a depressing thing of life. And even my mom pointed it out that it was just really sad. For a Disney film like this, yes, it was really sad. Especially seeing him without his wife again. But still wanting to follow his dream to go to where the mountains are in South America. And in the end, you will need some tissues. Well, Up was a sad Disney film. Is it good? Yes. Is it something I would rewatch? No. But you may find some entertainment here, while it mixes the sad, depressing points to the humorous points. But mostly, you know where this film is leading to. Just life, and how depressing it can be, when you lose a loved one? Well, it has a good story. You get a villain, and you also get something that the characters are willing to protect, which is the plot point. And the dog in here is hysterical. And yeah, what else is there to say? I would give it a 7 out of 10. It's good. Not something I'll rewatch again. But I think it deserves one watch. If you like Disney or Pixar films in general, you will like this film, but you got to be prepared to bring some tissues. As for my recommendation, I will point you to other Pixar films like Toy Story, Incredibles, Finding Nemo, along with Finding Dory, and many other Pixar films that are really good and awesome. Well, this is Arturelia Film Room Reviews signing off.